All right, we are honoring our veterans today, and we are putting a spotlight on the mental health and recovery.
Well, that's a clip from the upcoming film titled Between Wars, which explores the struggle of veterans re-entering civilian life. Scenes from the movie will be shown at a special event, which will feature discussions with Michael Imperioli, who stars in the film, and other experts in mental health, addiction, veteran services, and more. Joining us now to tell us all about this are Keith Appleton, who's a U.S. Army combat veteran and recovery therapist at Mountainside Treatment. Keith is right down here in the suit. I was looking in the monitor and I got reversed here. So Keith joins us along with Dr. Lessie Branch. She's a Navy veteran and now Special Assistant for Community Engagement at the New York State Department of Veteran Services. And down on the end, Tommy Phillips, the director of the film Between Wars. Thank you all for joining us very much. And I want to start with you, Tommy. Why the name Between Wars?
Well, you know, very literal. You know, with our main character, Franny, coming home back to the Bronx, he's struggling between the war he has to fit back into, you know, real life now. And, you know, he's coming back from Afghanistan, and he's struggling, as many of them do. And, you know, so that title kind of came to me, was Between Wars, because he really is, this main character is between wars. So, yeah. You're
looking at Keith, and you're going to be part of the panel, which takes place tomorrow at the Whitby Hotel. Tomorrow night.
Yes.
Okay, so it takes place at the Whitby Hotel, and you're going to be part of that panel, but you're also part of this film. Explain exactly your journey as a combat veteran, because people, you know, maybe don't quite understand what happens between the time you're discharged and the rest of your life, because that's when so many veterans struggle.
Yes, good question. Yeah, I was a lifelong soldier. I was going to retire. However, about halfway through my career, I had a pretty significant leg injury, kind of cut my career short. So I found myself taking a medical retirement, returning back home after I had just trained for war for about 10 years. So I kind of had to look back and figure out, you know, well, what's next here? And some of the biggest lessons that I learned was the importance of counseling and the importance of taking care of your soldiers. With those two things, I saw this avenue I could potentially go, going the social work route, looking into counseling and getting back to helping veterans. And that's essentially what I pursued to bring me here.
Dr. Lessie, what do you see from your perspective when people come to you?
Well, thank you for having me, first of all, and happy Veterans Day and Veterans Month to all of those who have served. The through line in all of this is community. Right? So when I came back from service, I served 1982 to 86. My tribe is what helped me in the transition. And at New York State Department of Veteran Services, our mission can be summed up in 3 words: find and serve. And so we are in community where veterans live, where they work, where they play, helping connect them to the benefits that they've earned by virtue of their service, not just at the federal level, but at the state and the local level. And so we are always calling for partners in those areas to work with us in service to those who have served.
Wonderful. And Tommy, we have another clip of your film Between Wars. Let's take a look.
I got a lot of undoing of the past, so to speak. It's not fun.
Well, I'm very happy to hear that, and I'm proud of you, friend. I really am.
Scary.
Yeah, the unknown is scary, bud. I mean, we crave security. We want to come out alive, just like in the war, you know? We don't know what's going to be in front of our face next. Might even be those little green vipers. You got to lean into your fear, face it, and don't be afraid of your truth, friend.
Tommy, what did you learn putting this together?
Oh, wow. So I was introduced to a great book called Achilles in Vietnam. And what I learned is that veterans, I'm not a veteran, so I have a deep respect for the courage that they've, you know, to serve our country. And they have to learn, again, how to live in a world that has nothing to do with their past. And it's a very deeply troubling situation that a lot of vets are in. And I really, you know, you learn that war is unnatural, and when they come home and they have to come and you know, get a regular job, they can't do it. I mean, there's so many films that show this, but I think the great thing about this is that I try to make it as real and truthful and less industry as possible, almost like a documentary.
You know, Dr. Branch and Keith, this is a combination, this event tomorrow night at the Whitby Hotel, between the New York State Veterans Affairs Department and also Mountainside Treatment. Why is it important for you guys to work together from both a private standpoint, but also a state government standpoint?
Absolutely. So just thinking about it, so we still have 250,000 veterans either retiring or leaving military service each year. And over 18 million veterans in the country, and only half of them are actually signed up at the VA or VSO. I think privately and in the community, we have an obligation and a duty to our veterans returning home to be able to connect them to the services that they need.
And again, to go back to what I started with, it's about community, it's about connecting, it's about pooling resources. When we compete, we are fighting over table scraps. But when we cooperate, everybody brings something to the table, and we have a bounty from which everyone can share, everyone can be nourished.
What time is the event? Yeah, I'm sorry.
I was about to say, what's the best place people can go to get more resources?
Well, they can start with New York State Department of Veterans Services. We have Veteran Services officers who will work one-on-one with the veteran to help service connect them at the federal level, point them to resources at the state, and we also have a variety of community partners who can also offer services. So that's a good place to start.
And Keith, the event tomorrow night at the Whitby is not open to the public, but if you're a veteran, what time does it start and how do you register?
So it's actually a private invite right now, but the event starts at 6:30. And just to kind of add to that resource piece, so we actually offer at Mountainside Treatment Center a veteran virtual free support group that's open, and it's just one click to link.
And the film Between Wars starts streaming in January?
January 6th, yes, starring the great Michael Imperioli.
Fantastic. Tommy, Keith, Dr. Branch, thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for all that you do for our country.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
All right.